everybody. Welcome back to the REDX podcast. Today is our 200th episode. So, very exciting. The REDX podcast started when the pandemic hit, actually, Andy, and we've just been growing ever since. It's been awesome. We've been here every single week, and Andy's here for the 200th. We love Andy, so I think this will be good. This will be awesome. Welcome, Andy.
Great. How you doing? This is awesome.
Doing great. It's
200.
always awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
We got Louisiana in the house. We got Reagan. We got Don. Look at this. I was excited.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, chat in where you're watching us from. We are giving away a $200 REDX credit today just because 200th episode, save some people some money. It'll be awesome.
Let's go.
So be sure to be chatting through. We'll pick someone towards the end of the episode today. But what we're going to get into is kind of some really awesome stuff, fundamentals. We're going to talk about routines and habits. I mean, Andy is the habit guy, right? So we'll get into that. And then we're going to talk about FSBOs as well. So
a new FSBO strategy that a lot of agents have no idea about. So they better stick around. Because this FSBO strategy, I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. And people are going to be like, oh my gosh, Andy, this is amazing. So let's go. Let's go.
Quite the promise there. Awesome. Okay, yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Stick around and we'll talk about it. But for Andy, for those that don't know who you are, I know you're on our live prospecting every week, by the way, if you guys want to check out Andy. He's also on our YouTube every Wednesday, I believe.
Yep, every Wednesday at 5 o'clock in English and 5:30 in Spanish. If you want to hear me cold call live, if you want to hear me grow my business live, hear me get denied live, loved on live, hung up on live, prospecting live, every Wednesday, 5 o'clock
awesome.
Eastern.
Okay, well, let's just give a brief introduction for people that don't know you, Andy. Could you just give us a little info into who you are?
Absolutely. I'm putting the link, by the way, for the training so people can go to
yes.
the live calling. That's the live calling website right there, habitguys.com/training. Boom, and sign up for that so they can hear me every Wednesday live. So
beautiful.
My name is Andy Rosas. So Haley, virtual hug. I miss you, by the way.
Hello.
It was great seeing you in person. This is awesome. So Andy Rosas, what my business partner and I have done, his name is Michael Manrique. You can't be guys with just one. It's two of us. So Michael Manrique, my business partner and I, and best friends since high school pretty much, came up with a beautiful concept. We brought behavioral science into real estate. We are students of Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar. We consume science studies on why you procrastinate. Why do you say you're going to do something, but you don't? So we consumed all that content. We packaged it together years ago, and we brought it into real estate because real estate has really bad habits, a 90% failure rate, right? So 9 out of 10 realtors are going to quit the business, and it's going to get worse because now it's harder to close deals, and agents are still not calling every day, okay? And it was a beautiful storm for us. Thank God for us to come up with this idea to bring it into real estate, and we've been taking off ever since. So we brought habits into real estate because agents know they should be calling more, right? I'm sure in the chat right now, who here knows they should be prospecting more? Come on, I want to see who's open and authentic and real right now, guys. Let's go. Tell me in the chat, should you be prospecting more? Sylvie, how you doing from Canada? What's going on? And we took that and we realized that a lot of agents want to prospect more, but they simply don't. Same thing with REDX. You guys make prospecting so easy for agents. And so many agents, right, are like, Andy, I have the tools. I have REDX. All I got to do is just press the dial button and the dialer dials for me now, right? The technology is even easier thanks to REDX, right? And guess what? You still have agents who buy your program and don't use it. It's the craziest thing, but that's where habits comes in, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to help you. I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to improve your habits. And then I'm also going to give everybody access to an amazing for sell by owner strategy that you guys should start freaking doing today. You're going to absolutely love that as well. So that's in a nutshell of what we've done with Habit Guys and who we are and what we do.
Beautiful. We had a lot of people come into the chat that are like, yes, always
Yeah.
need to do more.
Always.
So of course, I think it's the same thing with any habit that you're trying to create. It is hard. Like creating habits is hard. Like you have to do something every single day for a certain amount of time in order for it to stick. And so with something as important as prospecting that will literally get you listings, it's still hard to get on the phone and make that a habit. So let's start with that. Let's start with talking about how we can make good habits with prospecting, with our real estate, lead generation, and stuff like that. Where should we begin?
Oh, with your morning or your evening routine. So what does that mean? So everyone in the chat, hold on, let me plug in my laptop. There you go. Boom, power source. That's going to help out. So everyone in the chat right now, let me know, are you guys full-time agents or part-time agents? I'm going to do some live coaching right now, Haley, with everybody, right? I don't like being generic. I'm not one of these speakers that's like, just make the call. That's a bunch of yes. Like, no, like, let's get specific. So who here is a full-time agent? I want to see full-time and part-time. Okay. So my part-time agents, when I say routine, I'm talking about afternoon prospecting for you when you get home from work or when you have a gap in between your day for work. If you're full-time, you should be prospecting in the morning. I recommend 10 a.m. So I want everyone to take out a sheet of paper. We're going to build a routine for you really quick. You're going to see how great this is, okay? 10 a.m. should be your time that you should be prospecting. That is what I recommend. Now, there might be some circumstances. You might be taking care of someone that's sick. You can't do it at 10. You got something going on. Some of my students do it at 11. Some of my students do it at 9. Some of them do it at 4 p.m. It all changes. I get it, okay? But if you're full-time, you should be prospecting in the morning because guess what happens when you push things off to the afternoon, Haley?
What?
It doesn't get
done.
done.
They don't pick up?
No, it's like that workout. Like, oh, I'm just going to work out in the afternoon. No, you're not. You're not going to make those calls. Your day's going to get chaotic and you're not going to make those calls. So it's got to get done in the morning. But my part-time agents, they have to prospect in the afternoon. They have no choice because they have a job, right? So I get it. So they're going to build a routine from getting home to prospecting. So everyone take out a sheet of paper and put the word wake to prospecting. So put wake at the very top of your paper and at the bottom put prospecting. Okay. Those are my full-time agents. And my part-time agents, you're going to put down from the moment you get home to prospecting or leave work to prospecting. Maybe some of you are not going to prospect at home because your house is chaotic. Guess what the solution is? You're going to prospect from your car outside your house. So before you get in, you're going to tell your wife or your husband, hey, I'm going to be sitting outside my car for 30 minutes prospecting, okay, and growing my business. So whatever it takes, guys, okay, we got to make this work. I don't care what your excuses are. We got to be making we got to have conversations with people. So we're going to make this happen. So you're going to go from waking up to prospecting or getting home to prospecting, okay? Whatever that is, full-time or part-time. So step one, what everyone needs to do is just write down everything you do from the moment you wake up to the moment you're supposed to prospect at 10 a.m. or whatever time that is. Or part-time agents, write down everything you do from the moment you get home to the moment you're supposed to prospect at 6 p.m., let's say. Whatever that is, that gap, that's all I care about. It's, remember, guys, it's whatever you're doing before REDX. Does that make sense? It's whatever you're doing before REDX, whatever you're doing before prospecting. That's the name of the game. Because the reasons why people don't prospect is because of what they're doing before they're supposed to prospect. They're just kind of randomly doing it. And if you just randomly do everything, you're not going to show up to REDX. You're not going to pop open your laptop and make the calls. Right. So we need to build a consistent routine from the moment you wake up to REDX or the moment you get home to when you open up REDX. That's the key. That's what we're doing right now. Okay, guys? Okay, so let's go. So step one, write everything down. Everything down, guys. This is like a shopping list because guess what happens when you don't have a shopping list? You buy a bunch of things, right? You don't. Does that happen?
You don't need it all the time. And then you forget the stuff that you actually needed to get. So
right? You're like this. You're like, what? Double stuffed Oreo cookies? Yes, I need that in my life.
Forget the bread. I need Oreos. Yeah,
exactly. So we all get distracted. So same thing when it comes to this routine. I want you guys to have a list. So write everything you do down in the morning. Everything, guys. Even the small things. Wash my face. Go to the bathroom. Drink coffee. All of this, okay? So write it down. As soon as you write it down, that's step one. Don't judge yourself yet, guys. Write everything down, good or bad. Just write it down. And you're going to, for the first time ever, Haley, people are going to finally see, oh my gosh, what the heck am I doing? I do so much in the morning, or I do a lot of things. I'm telling you, now we're bringing things from the subconscious to the conscious, right? Which is what we need to do when it comes to habits. So this is why we're doing this. Second step is now you have to grade yourself. Ask yourself, is this helping me prospect? Is this helping me? Is this what a top producer should be doing? Okay. You got to ask yourself that question. And with that question, you need to grade that activity with a plus, a minus, or a neutral. Plus means, yes, a top producer should do that. Minus is like, nope, that's distracting me. And a neutral is it has no value. Like going to the bathroom. Okay, great. It has no value whatsoever, right? Washing my face. For me, it's a plus because it wakes me up, right? Because I'm not like this, by the way, at 5:30 in the morning, Haley, just to let you know. A lot of people think
No way.
I'm not. I am not at all. So grade yourself now. That's step two, everybody. Grade yourself. Should I be doing that? Should I not be doing that? That really doesn't matter. Okay. So now step three. Okay. By the way, these 3 steps I'm giving everybody, if you guys want to download the step-by-step process, guys, I'm going through this very fast. Okay. You guys, I just dropped the link in the chat. Go to www.habitguys.com/free and download our scripts in English and Spanish. Download our morning routines in English and Spanish, and it explains everything I'm going through. Okay. So they can have that right there in front of them. But step 3, okay, is remove all the negative stuff out of the way. All the negative stuff, get rid of it. And I would get a Post-it note. Okay, guys, get a Post-it note. Okay, this is what a Post-it note looks like in case you're wondering, for my millennials out there. This is what paper looks like, okay? So put it on a sheet of paper, on a Post-it note. All the positive and neutral things. That's it. No negative stuff here, okay? Just the positive and neutral things. And then now you have a working document that's going to help you with your morning routine or your afternoon routine. So now we have a starting point here. Now we have something to work with now. Now I put this on paper, Haley, because guess what happens if you try to put this on your phone?
I don't look at it.
Distraction, right? You put this on your phone, it's going to be a distraction to you. You're going to be opening up those WhatsApp chats, right? That everyone belongs
Getting
to.
Notifications, all that stuff.
Exactly. So put it on paper first, and then you can graduate to electronic version later once your habit is formed, okay? And don't try to do this in your head. I have some know-it-alls here saying, oh, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. I'm just going to think about it and do it. Yeah, right, dude. You know how many times you told yourself you're going to go to the gym and you don't? You know how many times you told yourself you're going to actually wake up and go and work out earlier and you don't? So don't do that. You have to break it out of your subconscious, put it on paper, make it conscious. And then in the morning, when you wake up or when you get home from work or pull it from your car, you're going to start reading this piece of paper and start out loud like a lunatic, by the way. Tell your wife and kids at home, by the way, guys, I'm going to be reading a sheet of paper at 5:30 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning, whenever you wake up. So don't think I'm going crazy. This habit guy who's crazy, he taught me this. So you want to read it out loud and touch it because the studies show when you involve more senses of your body, hearing, touching, sound, all that, what you're going to do is you're going to start overriding with your prefrontal cortex and start saying, oh, I'm going to be directional. Because remember, guys, your brain is lazy. Does that make sense? Your brain wants to do the same thing it did yesterday. It wants to conserve energy. It's an efficient machine. It doesn't want to feel pain. It just wants comfort. It doesn't want to grow. It wants to do the same thing. It wants to be comfortable. It doesn't like danger. I don't want uncomfortableness. Just get rid, use of it, right? That's it. So you need to start teaching your brain, I'm the one that controls you, brain, not you telling me what to do. So now you're intentional. Because how many times, Haley, have you been like just there on the sofa? You don't want to do anything. But then a friend calls you and says, hey, Haley, let's go out. Let's go have dinner. or hey, let's go do this. And then all of a sudden, boom, you get into state, right? You're like, oh, wait a minute. I want to do that. Boom. So you can change your state. Your mind is much more powerful than you give it credit for. So that's what you're beginning to learn with this is flex that muscle with your brain to say, I am going to be intentional with this. Okay. So I'm going to override you, brain, as to what you think I want to do. Okay. So like a treasure map. Then you go and you make adjustments, Haley. If something doesn't work, you're like, man, that didn't work out right. I should walk my dogs later. I should walk them before. That was a hectic morning for me. I couldn't get to my 10 o'clock. Don't beat yourself up. Just cross it out, move it around. Because one example for me was this. I need coffee in my system as soon as possible, because if not, I will go back to sleep. I don't like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be at the gym at 5:30. I do not like it. So I have an accountability partner, first of all. That's another form of accountability. I have someone holding me accountable. And second, I need to get the coffee ASAP. If not, after I go to the bathroom, I will put my cozy butt into the bed again and go to sleep, right? So I have to prevent that from happening by moving coffee from like 5th or 6th place, move it up to number 1. Does that make sense? You'll make adjustments like that. And now you'll start calibrating a routine that works for you. Because a lot of agents right now, you just wake up and do whatever. And some days it's a great day. Some days it sucks. Most days it's like, So you're just hoping your kids don't wake you up. You're just hoping your phone doesn't ring. You're just hoping things don't distract you so you can have a good day. That life sucks. That is not an intentional life. You need to be in control of yourself. So that's why you need to have a routine. Stop living at random. Okay. Please do not take this exercise lightly. I know it sounds easy, and I gave it to you for free, by the way. And a lot of people don't value free. That's why I charge thousands of dollars for my coaching, and they do because I hold them accountable now, right? But I want agents to use this stuff. This is stuff that I can charge for, that I just give to agents. 90% of my content is absolutely free. That's why I want to give it to you guys all so you guys can start applying it and using it today and start making a difference. I'm telling you, you do this tomorrow morning, everybody, you're going to feel, even if it's not a perfect day, that, you know what? I'm in control of my day now. I have more, I'm intentional now. And that feeling of integrity of doing what you should be doing, there's no better feeling in the world than feeling.
I love it. I love that because I think it sounds super simple, like you said, but the thing is top producers are doing this. So if it's super easy and they're doing it, like, doesn't mean like you have no excuse that you shouldn't be doing this. And I think like it's easy to write down, okay, what do I do every single morning and evaluate that, but like actually following through and following your routine, I think is what legends are made of. Like this isn't just, smoke up your what's the saying? Smoke.
Say it. Smoke up your butt. Didn't that smoke up your butt?
So I want to like inspire people because like, okay, yeah, get a sticky note, write down my routine. No, like this is what the best of the best are doing because it works and it gets them to do the most important things, right?
That's it. And you know when agents had the best routines? When they were employees. Because they were told what to do, when to do it. That's why they had a sense of, oh, I'm in control of my day, but you were making somebody else rich. Now that you work for yourself, you have to treat yourself like an employee and have that same structure in your day. It doesn't change just because you work for yourself now. You need to treat yourself with that same respect of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Because if you just live at random as an agent, that's why 90% of agents quit. They won't be here. That's it.
Wow. That's powerful stuff.
Yep. So that's why I tell everyone, please take that seriously. I know we're going to get into the FSBO strategy as we wrap up here, but everybody, please download that routine. It's in English and Spanish. Go to habitguys.com/free. Consume that content. It's going to give you stories. You can print it out. You can do the routine on that sheet of paper and apply it. And if you guys want to text me a picture of it, here's my cell phone. Take a picture of it when you're done with your routine, guys, and send me a text, and I'll look at it to make sure I don't find any gaps in your routine, and I'll give you guys some suggestions, guys, okay? Because I truly remember, what you do in the morning over a long period of time is going to dictate how successful you are in life. Because if you don't get your workout in, if you don't get your spiritual practice in, if you don't get your prospecting in before 12 o'clock as a full-time agent, you're not going to live a meaningful life. I'll tell you that right now. Those are the 3 things I teach my students: spiritual practice, working out, and prospecting. Before noon, you should have all those things done. If you don't, then you probably are not going to get it done in the afternoon. Now, part-time agents, no, you should have that kind of stuff done early in the morning too. Work out before, so when you get home, you don't have to work out. But does that make sense, guys? That's what I want you guys focusing on.
I love it. Yeah, I hope you guys take advantage of him just sharing his phone number there, because like access to Andy and all of the things that he's been working on and research and everything that he knows, like take advantage of that. It is amazing. Also, I want to just tell the audience, if you guys have any questions for Andy, please chat them in and we can get those answered. We just have a few minutes left. I don't know how this went by so fast, but I want to get to the FSBO prospecting and the stuff that you promised earlier, because it was some big promises. So let's get into that.
All right. This is new stuff. I love this. I know I've heard about one other coach teaching this. Okay. This is awesome stuff. I'm telling you, for sell by owners, the old message before was, hey, listen, is your property still for sale? Oh, man, can I just stop by your property? I may have some buyers for you, right? Has been like the old, and trust me, I was guilty. I used to teach that. I used to teach it that way too, okay? But I don't know, it's God and my spiritual practice, the Holy Spirit just boom, it just clicked. I'm like, this is a great routine. Someone should do this. And then finally, somebody gave me this document to do, which we're going to share this with you guys. Guys, a new for sale by owner. And by the way, I'm going to challenge everybody here today to write down this script, create it, and send it to me. Because I don't have this script on paper. I don't. It's that new, okay? But I want everyone here to please shoot me a text with this script. I'm about to go over the conversation with the FSBO. And I want everyone to please tell me if they love this strategy or not, or give me your honest opinion. So for sell by owner strategy. Old way. Remember, you're calling for sell by owners. These people are know-it-alls. They're like investors, right? They're like, what do you want? Oh, you're going to come by? How about you call me when you have a buyer? Click, right? No, not anymore, dude. Here we go. I call the for sale by owner now, and this is your approach now, okay? So you're going to call them and go, hey, Mr. FSBO, whatever it is, how you doing? Listen, I work with for sale by owners, okay? And half of you have no idea what you're doing, okay? And the other half of you know what you're doing, and you're going to be fine, right? I'm calling you to make sure you're not the half that's just going to mess up, okay? So I have a guide that shows you step by step what to do to make sure you don't screw up. Because a lot of for sale by owners think the process is easy. And trust me, for sale by owner, I'm not going to charge you. You got to say that early. It's a free resource. I want you to sell this property without me, without a realtor. They're going to be like, what? Why are you got to say that, because that's going to make them go, whoa, really? But you got to tell them what the catch is. You got to be very open. Go, but hey, Mr. FSBO, don't worry about it. Mrs. FSBO, don't worry. I'm going to win, because I'm going to give you so much value with this guide that walks you through every process, because sometimes listing your property high is good. Sometimes listing it low is better to get the full max price of your property. So a bunch of different tips and strategies. It's a resource guide. I can drop it off, but here's how I win. You either sell the property without me, and if you have questions, I'm here to help you out for free. Don't even worry about it. I'll answer any questions you have. I'm going to send it to you, okay? Or I'll stop by your house, right, and drop it off. That could be a different conversation. But I would rather have you stop by their property and drop it off so you see them in person. That you definitely want to do. Plan B is you get their email, shoot it to them. Not, that's still a win. So then you're like, so I'm helping you out for free, FSBO. All right? And here's what happens. You see the value in me, you win. You might refer me business to someone else, FSBO. I win with that. I also win because maybe you see the process is a lot harder than what you thought it was, which half of my clients end up doing that anyways. So, and then they hopefully think of me in the process because I was a nice realtor and I made friends with you. So it's a half and half chance. Guys, that's like, what? What do you say to that? It's like, oh, wow, I just literally told you my strategy on what I'm doing. I want to help you out. I'm going to give you. And by the way, it's like a 40-page document. Guys, it's amazing. And it's meant to be overwhelming because guess what? They're going to see all the processes involved for financing, of staging their property, all the questions they should be asking, how to deal with buyers. And it has everything. It's pretty much a realtor in a book. Okay. That's what you're doing. You're pretty much giving your job to them on paper. Okay. And it's meant to overwhelm them also. Like, oh my gosh, this is good tips. Because I want to give value. Guys, one of the biggest things I coach is I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to be a friend to you. Because if I have enough friends that trust me as a realtor, over time, you will buy from me and you would want to sell. You would want to do business with me. That's it. I'm just going to make friends with you. So we're giving value to them with this guide. Okay. Boom, done. And now they see, well, what's in it for you? Well, that's what you're going to say. Well, listen, I win because I help you out for free. You're super happy and you might recommend me to another property, or down the road, you may want to use me, but I just made another friend. Or the other half is you say, man, I need a lot more help than what I thought it was. Thank you so much. And if you have a realtor, guess what? And by the way, here's an objection handler. I already have a realtor I'm working with, which would be weird because they're for sale by owner. But trust me, they'll be like, oh, I already have a realtor friend. Perfect. Then give them this guide. Not a problem, and have them use it. I'm here to help people out. Do you see what's going on here, guys? I don't care. I'm here to help you out. Give it to your realtor, but keep my information out. And can we stay in touch? Right? I want to get their information. Remember, you want to grab their data. Can we stay in touch? You already have their number. What's a good email for you? Right? That's all in the scripts. Okay. So guys, that's the script in a nutshell. What do you guys think about that strategy? Honestly, I want to see in the chat what everyone thinks about that strategy. Is it better than what you were taught before, where it's like, hey, I can stop by. I may have some buyers for you, which that's what a lot of realtors are saying already, right? That's what they're doing already. So this here provides you with that resource. And by the way, if you guys want that resource, I don't know, Haley, do they want that resource? Do they want that 40-page document?
They better.
I don't know. I got to see it. I got to see it in the chat. Because I haven't heard anybody using this. The only person I heard using it was the person who gave me the document, who ended up closing a deal with the FSBO, who got it within 2 days. Guys, I think it's awesome. I tell my students all the time, if I was a full-time realtor, that's what I would be crushing. Going after FSBOs until it runs out on my REDX. And then I'll start going into my geo leads, right? But guys, yeah, there you go. Robert Sullivan. I know that guy. You better love it, man. It was with me and Robert on a podcast where we were like brainstorming ideas. He sent me a resource, and then another student sent us another resource that was even better. And I'm like, yes, this is what it's all about. So now what I need you guys to do, 2 things. Haley's going to give you an email address, right, to send it to. If you guys want that resource, I'm going to send it to Haley, and then Haley is going to send it to you guys. Okay. So yeah, you can give them that email then.
Yeah, you just have to email marketing@theredx.com and we'll get that over to you. Do you see all these people saying they love it?
They better love it. They better love it. It's amazing. Now, if you guys can please make a script of what I just said. If someone can make a script and text it to me or email it to me, you guys have my phone number there. That's my cell phone number. Text it to me, send it to me, because that's an amazing script to have. And then I'm going to put that into my free resources and add that as the new FSBO script. But I really thank you so much, Eric. Look at that. Great. Diana, guys, you're giving value and you're talking to a know-it-all, because these FSBOs, they're know-it-alls. So you got to go toe-to-toe with these FSBOs. This is not like GeoLeads, where GeoLeads have no idea who you are, so it's just random. FSBOs and expireds, they know exactly why you're calling them. They have their guard up so much, and you show up like, dude, if you only knew that half of you are going to make a big screw-up, half of you do. You have no idea what you're doing. I'm telling you. But I have a guy that's going to make sure that you sell this property at top dollar without me, without an agent. They're going to go like, what? They're going to go, what? I'm telling you, it's awesome. It's a power position. I'm speaking with authority now. You need my help. I have literally gone up to the level of you, Mr. Know-It-All, and every other agent calling saying, hey, can I just stop by your property and see if I have buyers for you? Come on. Let's go. So
Awesome.
That's it.
Hey, Debbie said, is this guide available? Like we said, just email marketing@theredx.com and we will make sure to get the guide to you. Also, I think I'll write a script out of what you just shared, Andy, and
Honestly,
we'll share it on
really,
REDX. And
I would love
I'll text it to you and you can let me know if
I
it's
would
any
love it.
good.
And that could be a document that REDX has in your guys' toolbox. We'll have it. We'll have it, guys' toolbox, because I really think, and we're gonna provide a huge service to our clients with that, right? And helping people out. Honestly,
I love it.
And realtors will get more friends out of that because you're really truly now connecting and giving value with expireds. Oh, and by the way, with expireds, another homework assignment would be this. Can we make a guide, maybe use the guide that I gave you guys, but a guide for expireds where you call the expired and you're like, hey, something happened. Why does your property sell? And they'll tell you. And if they still have a realtor, say, hey, I have a guide to make sure you actually don't expire again. And you can send it to your realtor so they don't screw up again, because obviously something happened that they didn't do their job right. So you can send it to your realtor. How awesome is that? Like, what the?
Yeah.
And hey, and if they're not doing their job, how about you call me and give me an opportunity for your business, right? Like, whoa, now you're talking like a whole different authority. Does that make sense? Like, this is pretty awesome. So same thing. So if someone can make an expire guide as to like mistakes made as to why your property didn't sell, and a lot of that stuff, you can get it from the FSBO guide. But I need someone to make an expire guide. I tell people, look, I'm not a full-time realtor, guys. You guys go out there, you guys make it happen, right? I do my habit guide trainings and I recruit and I build teams, right? So I'm doing that. So agents, I will put that as a homework assignment. Maybe Haley or you and your team at REDX, whoever it is, I'm putting out the amazing idea out there. And then you have a FSBO guide and an expire guide. And now you have, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, FSBOs and expired packages will go through the roof because people will be like, I love it. I'm going to do that. So
the amount of value that you can give, it's in just a single guide. Amazing. I love it. Andy, if people want more from you, where can they find you?
Just find us on Instagram. Go to Habit Guys, right? On all of our handles, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't even do TikTok. We're not ready for TikTok just yet. We'll do that probably next year. But Habit Guys across the board. But go to habitguys.com, guys. I'm going to do this also. If you guys want a free coaching call with me, okay? You want me to see how you use REDX. I will audit the way you look at REDX, the way you use REDX. Do a screen share with me. A lot of you have no freaking idea what the hell you're doing. You don't even know, it's crazy. I'm like, what are you doing? If you want me to help you with REDX and how you're prospecting, if you want me to hear you on the phone prospecting live on this call, if you want me to identify gaps in your business and see if coaching is for you, whatever you want me to do, I'm offering a free coaching call, 20 minutes. Go to www.habitguys.com/call. Okay, call.
Perfect.
CALL. You'll have access to my calendar. First come, first serve. Pick a 20-minute slot, and you and I will do a screen share. And I can cold call with you live, get your leads ready, have your screen share. I want to see what you're doing. I'll give you tips on how to use it the right way, making sure we can close that gap for you there. I'll hear you on the phone to make sure you're prospecting, because a lot of you are either too friendly or too salesy. I got to get you in the middle. Or if you want me to look at your business and find any habit gaps as to what's going on, I would be more than happy to help you out.
I love it. Awesome, Andy. Well, some free coaching. How about we give away some free REDX?
Let's do it.
Should we do it? Okay. If you guys want, we're going to pick somebody who's watching live. If you guys will just chat in, tell us that you're watching, and we'll pick someone. Andy, do you want to pick?
Let's do it. I'll pick.
Okay. Let's get some people chatting in here. This is so exciting. We've never done this before on the podcast. So
much pressure. You pick.
I know.
You pick. I don't want to pick.
Andy, no, then I'm the bad guy.
You're right. So I get to pick somebody, a random person?
Yeah. I've seen a few people that have been chatting through it and stuff, but
I see Karen saying pick me. That's the first thing I saw. Done. Karen.
Stewart?
People put a bad name on that name, Karen. I'm bringing Karen back, right? No more negativity on the name Karen. Karen, you win. I love it. You win.
Awesome, Karen. Thanks, Andy. If you will just email us, Karen, at marketing@theredx.com, we will get you some free REDX. Also, we've gotten a lot of value in the last 30 minutes. If you want all the free stuff that we're talking about, email us, marketing@theredx.com. We will definitely get all of that to you, and of course, the free coaching from Andy. Andy, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on here and sharing your energy and your excitement and all of your expertise. This has been awesome. We always love you having you on here. Anything else? Any final advice, last words that you can share with our audience?
Guys, just make calls every day. Don't be discouraged if you don't close a deal for 6 months or a year. Honor the process. Don't think that this is going to be easy. Don't call complaining that nothing's worked after 2 months of trying. Stop. You need to be making hundreds of calls a day, okay? Thousands of friends a year you need to be making. So until you try something for at least a year or two, please don't complain. Honor the process. Don't go to the gym one time and look down and say it's not working. Stop that. Honor the process. Honor our business. You want a 6-figure, 7-figure business on your own and you expect it to work in 1 or 2 years? Come on now, guys. It took me 7 years to be able to build Habit Guys to the point where we made money our first year after 7 years of building our brand. So stop. Being an entrepreneur, it's a process. And tools like REDX, use them because it's going to maximize your 1 hour or 2 hours that you have to prospect at most. So you have to maximize it with resources, right? And technology and tools. But stick to the process because I hear a lot of agents being discouraged and all that after a couple of months or a month or a week. I'm like, what's wrong? Guys, I'm telling you, just honor the process. Try it out for a year or two. But also, if it's not working, you also got to look at what team do you belong to? Are you getting mentorship? Are you getting coaching? Because you need accountability as well. Okay. So that's what I want to make sure everyone knows that.
I love it. Thanks, Andy. And to everyone that has showed up live, thank you so much for coming. We are here every single week at 1:30 Mountain Time on Thursdays. We give away things like these all the time, free stuff, free resources. So make sure to tune in the future. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. And of course, you can subscribe to get email notifications of the podcast at theredx.com/podcast. Talking too fast there. And I think that's it for today. We'll see everybody next week and have a good weekend.
Awesome.